Welcome to the final part of the programme where we get to have a look at the latest happenings on the international motorcycling scene. And to begin this week, let's head over to Blighty, Albion, the land of the rose, the United Kingdom, where Triumph calls home because the English firm, renowned for its neo-classic twins, its triple-cylinder engines that also power the Moto2 grid, and of course a very competitive range of adventure bikes, has announced that it has finished testing its electric bike project. We showed you the working prototype of that in February of this year, and now it seems that the testing results are in, though Triumph won't be sharing any of that information until July 12th, when they will officially reveal the TE1 project bike. Given that it's just under a year and a half since they announced the start of the project, that has been a collaboration between them and a group of specialist companies, including the likes of Williams Engineering and the University of Warwick, we'd have to say the pace of their progress so far has been electric. Yeah, sorry. The news out of Triumph doesn't stop there though, because you may remember that the company caught everyone by surprise in the middle of last year when it proclaimed that it was going to be building a full range of off-road bikes that would be capable of winning motocross world championships from the get-go. To help them in this endeavour, they employed multiple world enduro champ Ivan Cervantes to do much of the testing and development work, and even employed the services of the legend that is Ricky Carmichael to give some of his undoubtedly invaluable insight. Well, it appears they're closer to finishing, which would seem obvious since they've been at it for a year now, but there's no further detail from Triumph in this regard, so quite how close they are to finishing is still a mystery. Yeah, a statement of the bleeding obvious from Triumph. More of a reminder, I think, that they are actually still working on the project and the dirt bike division not wanting the electric guys to steal all the headlines. Oh well, I fell for it, so I suppose job done. Let us move on to a new sport touring bike from Italy, and if I flash a pickup on the screen, can you tell me what it is? I'm pretty sure, like me, when I first caught a glimpse, you probably thought it was a new Multistrada from Ducati. Except it's not. It is in fact Energica's newest model, so it is obviously electric. But less obviously, it is actually an entirely new platform. The new motor is apparently much simpler and a not inconsiderable 10 kilos lighter, and has been placed lower in the chassis, allowing the centre of gravity to be dropped in the process. You also get more horsepower and an extension of the service interval, so plenty of winning all around really. So much of electric propulsion is obviously about the battery, and this one has a max of 22.5 kilowatt hours and can be recharged from 0 to 80% in 40 minutes. If you happen to have access to a level 3 DC fast charger. If you don't, and you almost certainly won't, recharging times will of course be much slower. Peak power is up at 102 horsepower, sustained horsepower is 80, torque is 115 newton meters, and top speed is reckoned to be about 180 k's an hour. Maximum range in theory is 420 kilometers, though on the highway you can expect to cut that in half to about 210 k's, while the combined cycle figures suggest that 250 k's is the possible expected range. The frame is, in true Italian fashion, a tubular steel affair with some steel plates, and the whole shebang weighs in at 260 kilos, which I have to say doesn't sound too horrendous. You get the usual array of riding modes, a fancy but not that big 5-inch TFT screen, and the price is yet to be announced. You can order one now though, for delivery sometime toward the end of the year, and maybe they'll be kind enough to tell you the price at that point. Given the cost of their previous models, I'd say it will probably be the reserve of the very well-heeled indeed. Since I'm in Germany at the moment, and because I have, as I always do when I'm here, taken the opportunity to have a blast on the Autobahn, which has frequent sections where there are no speed limits, I thought I'd share the worrying news that this legendary privilege may soon be coming to an end. On the back of road safety news that has come out of France and Austria that we've mentioned on this programme recently, you may have assumed, as I did, that this delightful little German anachronism was finally being scrapped because of the danger it poses to road users. But no, it's apparently destined for the dustbin of history, because imposing a speed limit of 120 kilometres or possibly even a bit lower, will stop 2 million tonnes or more of carbon dioxide a year being dumped into the atmosphere. I would like to say something glib and sarcastic at this point, but I fear the hate mail may just be too much to bear. So I'll just say that if you're planning a holiday abroad in the near future, then maybe you should forget the tropical island beaches just this once in favour of Bavaria and a fast bike rental, just to experience the incredibly rare delight of blasting past a police car at 280 km an hour without a care in the world. And on that very responsible note of law-abiding motorcycling, it is time to call an end to this episode, but we'll be back again, of course, next week with a massive technological marvel of a touring bike. So we'll see you then.